What is going on, everybody? Welcome to our podcast, Don't Stop Believing, where we talk all about the Leafs all the time to anyone who will listen. I'm your host, Nolan Drinkwalter, and this is my co-host, King of the Docks, Jack Prinz. Season 2, Episode 13. Let's get it all out there. It's not a happy day in Toronto right now, or in Leafs Nation. But Jack, how you doing this week, brother?
Yeah, just to clarify, it's Don't Stop Beleafing, not the Journey song. Don't Stop Believing.
Don't sue us.
It was a play on words to that for sure.
I corrected it.
I know, I was just joking. Just, you never know.
I know. How you doing this week,
copyright
man?
infringements, we gotta stay away from those.
Yeah.
Because so many people listen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, like you said, King of the Docks. I've been watching some documentaries with my boy
Getting
Evan.
smarter.
Yeah, exactly. Or just, I don't know if they're necessarily educational documentaries. But anyway, as we go further, but yeah, it was a good, relaxing weekend. Lots of snow. Helped my parents clean the roofs off because the amount of snow on our roof. We got like one of those roof rakes, and had to pull that down because Dad's shoulder, obviously he can't do it.
Is it not fixed yet?
You heard his other one now.
Oh my god. He's living in a comedy. What is he doing?
I was going hard and I went to turn towards the boards and I caught an edge.
This was in hockey?
And fell on my other shoulder.
Didn't he hurt his shoulder in hockey in the first place?
Yeah, all his shoulder injuries have been from hockey.
Oh my god, Dave. He needs to smarten up.
Yeah, I know. You just can't play the game of hockey without going 100 miles per hour, I guess. I don't know.
I think you need to start coaching him, Jack. He needs you to coach him.
Yeah, he's not the most coachable person.
What a surprise.
Hey, very good coach, not a good student.
No.
I always tell him that. I'm like, funny all these years of you teaching, but you're a terrible student.
And what does he say to that?
He just doesn't say anything.
No, I'm not.
No, he doesn't say that. He just doesn't say anything.
I don't know, is that worse?
No, because he knows I'm right.
Yeah, true. You're always right, man.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
How was your weekend?
Thanks for asking, man. I feel like the month of January is a good hibernation month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, stay inside, stay warm. Big snowstorm happened, so a lot of people off today, actually, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going good, actually. Just relaxing in the new house and just enjoying that. Actually, someone today snow blew our driveway. Just out of friendly neighborliness.
That's nice. You got a nice community going.
Yeah, and so it's a change. But like out in the country, the same thing would have happened.
Would it shock you that was Dad that did it?
No, that wouldn't shock me. It was not Dave.
Put it in the van, drove up.
That's actually how he hurt his shoulder.
Brought your recycling in.
Joke's on you. Ours isn't on Monday, Jack.
Oh.
So now I know you're lying. So like it's cool living in a community or like a subdivision like that where everybody likes each other. And I'm not like the same thing happened out in the country because I was surrounded by family.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just nice and like an actual stranger, just a neighbor, just doing that for someone. I really like that because at these times, I'm not trying to get political, but like right now, the world's very depressing. So it is a small light to see this happen.
Hope.
There's a little
hope for society yet.
And that's what this podcast's about, is don't stop believing.
Just hope.
Jack.
There's a bigger message in this podcast. Recruits to life.
When it survives 100 years from now and everybody's listening to this thing,
yeah,
they'll be thinking,
like, wow, they were the
hope.
one shed of light through a very dark time. Yeah.
Yeah, during World War III, our podcast would be the thing everybody's listening to.
Yeah, that'll be in the history books for sure.
The annals of history, Jack. So let's get into some Leaf talk, which won't be the best talk this week. After the last time we talked about them, they were in a playoff spot. It was like basically right before their peak of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that. But right now, the big story of the week, the Leafs are 5 points out of a playoff spot behind Boston, who's in the wild card too. There's 30 games left of the season. They lost their last 4 games in a row. How do you see this playing out so far in these last 30 games?
I had this realization in the car today where I think we just have to accept this team is very mid. You know, we're not the high end team that we have been in other years. If you stack up our players player to player with like some of the teams right now that are doing well, I think we can compete with them. I just don't think in a 7-game series that we could keep up with a team like Colorado or Vegas or, you know, these teams that are very structured. And like if they go out and play the best game, yeah, they can win like they did versus Colorado.
Yeah.
But in a 7-game series, I wouldn't bank on that.
What about What do you think they could beat Montreal?
I don't know. It just depends if how much heart and how much they want to give. And that's
Tampa Bay?
the whole thing with that.
They've always had Tampa Bay's number now.
I know, but dude, it's just I don't see the heart on this team. And it's
So that's the only thing that you think's missing? Like you said they're a mid-team. Like,
yeah,
so
I think,
what like last year they were top in the Atlantic and the only switch is Marner.
I think with this team, if they have everybody not like healthy and played with heart, I think they're a good team. But we've been riddled with injury. It just seems like we just can't seem to keep sustained momentum going for longer than like a week.
Yeah, I know. That 8-0-2 run was the best we had so far this year.
It was great, and it seemed like we were, you know, really clicking, and then bam, now we're on a 4-game losing streak. So I don't know, man. I think it's time to maybe maybe we can consider ourselves a seller and go for a rebuild with some of these new prospects. I don't know.
What if they won the next 5 games in a row? Are you back on that train?
It's definitely more interesting, but it also depends on what the other teams do in that 5-game stretch.
Very true. They'd have to go 500 basically. But they have 5 games before the Olympics. One's against a divisional rival, Buffalo, which that's a big game.
Huge game.
And like if they win these 5 games, I think they're basically a tie for a wild card spot again. They'll be right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to a thing today, and basically it was saying how this is the most unmotivated I've ever been to watch the Leafs play in quite a few years.
Oh, yeah, don't get me started about that, because like even the last Colorado game, as soon as Jack Drury scored that 3-0 goal, I just shut the fucking TV. I was done with it, man. I was done with that game.
Yeah, and
it was such bad hockey, man. They're getting destroyed.
I'm just not as nearly as excited to watch a Leaf game this year as any other time. Even last year, I don't know. It's tough to watch.
Like as boring as that hockey was, they were at least winning last year.
Yeah, the results were good.
And so 5 points behind Boston. So right now, Boston's projected to get 98 points for the wild card 2 spot, which is ridiculous. It's the highest that's ever been. So the Leafs will have to at least win 20 of their last 30 games, so go 20-10 to give them at least 97 points. So they'll at least have to win more than 20 games. So over 40 points, which is crazy. That 98 points, that's ridiculous. And in the West, it's going to be significantly lower than that, which is wild. Like the Leafs would be in a playoff spot if they're in the West.
Yeah, it's crazy how the points, like, aren't even throughout all the divisions and East West. It kind of reminds me when they used to do the East versus West All-Star game. It's like if we did that All-Star game this year.
I don't know. They have McDavid and McKinnon over there and Makar.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. The high-end talent over there is something else too. But
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, yeah, it's just wild that it's so just like crazy all over the place, and then the East is so stacked as far. Huh.
Yeah, and then Atlanta, like even going back to 1 versus 8 or like 1 to 8 would be a lot better, I think. Because even right now, like the Metropolitan is turning into the Mid-Tropolitan again.
Nice.
And the Atlantic is just fucking running away with it. Like they've turned on the Jets.
Yeah, I always liked the 1 to 8 format because then it really gave you a bonus for coming in first in your conference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of playing Boston or Tampa Bay.
In like the
Come
wild card
first.
spot, yeah.
Jeez, that's not really much of a reward for coming like
Because even
third in
now,
the NHL.
yeah, I know. Because even now, like the Florida and Toronto are right behind Boston and Buffalo. Those are the next spots, and then like the Metropolitan's way below that even.
Yeah,
Well, not way below, but like they're still below that.
yeah,
So like the Atlantic, I've never seen it this strong. Like every team is fighting for a spot.
yeah. But you look at the rosters in the Atlantic, a lot of these teams have done well. They've built properly, and you know they have a lot of fun young players that have joined their team, and they fight. The young guys love to, dig down.
Oh yeah, but like Ottawa not doing well. I do not know what happened to them, man.
Yeah, that's just a dumpster fire, and there's so much going on in that locker room too that they're just not letting out. I would honestly just fire sale and start
Really?
over.
They have so many young guys, man. Everybody's under 28.
No, but I'm saying like maybe with some of the older vets or something. I don't know, like just try to wash out like half the room and only keep the players that have a good attitude and like are good people.
True, but like they just signed a bunch of those guys to 8-year deals too.
Well, I know, and like they seem like good signings at the time, but I don't know, man. That team doesn't seem like they're very happy playing hockey games and with each other.
No, yeah, I'd, stay away from Ottawa. Like at least I'm not an Ottawa fan. I would have said at least I'm not a Buffalo fan, but man, are they crushing it this year?
You know, it's funny. I was always saying you can always be worse, and as bad as it is in Leaf Town right now, you look over down the road to Ottawa, and you're like, could be worse.
Well, did you hear the quotes Sanderson said the other day about his
Oh, his
goalie
goal. Yeah,
saying like we need more than 10 stops,
that's awesome.
and then saying every time we play in Ottawa against Toronto, Montreal, it's an away game. Oh, he was not happy, man.
Yeah,
At least he did apologize for it, but man, he was hot.
he was hot. Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the Leafs. So with the trade deadline coming up and this like pseudo trade deadline with the Olympics coming up, do you think so? You want the Leafs to be sellers now?
I think we'll have a very clear view at Olympic break of where we're at with those next 5 games. But
Yeah.
realistically, you think we're going to go 5-0?
I don't. I said we need to.
So that's what I mean. And I think it's time at this point that we say, well, this isn't the team this year. We've got riddled with injuries. We got a lot of bad luck with Tanev and like those guys, key guys that are, we need in a game in, game out basis. And it just hasn't worked out. So this is the year we got to sell our chips and hopefully get some better chips for the future.
Mm-hmm. So on an expiring deal, we have Robertson, who's an RFA, Lawton UFA, and McMahon, who is a UFA. Would you deal any of them?
I wouldn't with Lawton. I love that guy. I hope he stays.
Plus center depth's good to have.
Yeah. But I think we could get a lot because we can't afford to keep McMahon anyway. I think we could get a lot from McMahon and Robertson.
You think McMahon's going to get paid?
I think McMahon's going to get paid because he's never got paid and he's getting older.
And he's getting consistently 20 goals a year.
Yeah, and, you know, good for him. It's just he's outplayed himself to stay as a Leaf. Unless he's just a great guy and decides, oh, you know, I like the Leafs. I'll give him another discount.
1.3 mil.
Yeah, I'll give you another. But yeah, he needs to go to. He's going to go somewhere else anyway, so might as well pick up something for him too.
Yeah, and then you think Robertson? We should deal him.
I think so because he's scoring goals and he's playing well this year, and I haven't seen him ever play like this come trade deadline.
True, so like he's not going to have any higher.
You know, and he is still very injury prone. Like every single year up to this year has been he's always been injured. So
very streaky, doesn't play PK.
Yeah, you look at all these things, like what is he really doing for us? I think if the price is right, we can get some good pieces for him to pick up something long, like for next couple of years or something, or at least for building purposes.
Yeah, I think so. And then on D, OEL maybe Carlo, Benoit. Do you think any of those guys would get dealt?
That's tough because I think Benoit's here to stay because I don't think he's going to play very well or get the opportunity on any other team. OEL, I really like him, but he is getting older. And could we bring some new defensemen in that are puck-moving defensemen?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're getting old on the back end.
Yes.
We need some younger guys in there.
Yeah, and that's what... There's so many young guys that just are coming in. They're such good skaters. Like, you get, like, your Makars and your Schaefers and these guys that just... Even, like, Bowen Byram, Jamie Drysdale... They're so good at skating now. And you need some guy that just... Like, we watched... So, the reason we're out 2 weeks for the podcast is because last Monday, the day we film, we were at the Minnesota Wild game. And there's a guy on that team called Quinn Hughes. And, he's good. But to see it in person was a real treat. That guy skates like the wind. The amount of kilometers or miles that guy skates per game and covers of the ice is incredible. That guy makes skating look so easy and he just rips around out there.
Yeah.
It was to the point where he got the puck and by the halfway through the game, the Leafs didn't even try. Because if they tried to get close to him, he would just skate away from them.
Yeah, like he's not just like his agility with the puck too, being able to spin off or fake going one way, and then the Leafs are just off kilter because of that, and he is just able to smoothly transition throughout his skating.
Yeah, it was the like skating off of that impressed me the most because he just did a little shimmy, and if they got too close to him, he'd spin right off them and he'd be gone. And so then they're like, okay, well, that's more dangerous, so let's just give him the ice and let him skate and just make a pass. Because that's less dangerous than what he would do to me if I went close to him. And that was so impressive. Some of the things I saw him do in that game was so elite. Keeping the puck within 5 feet of the blue line and not going offside and creating opportunities when any other defenseman other than maybe Kale or Schaefer in the league would have lost the puck in that moment or just dumped it.
Yeah. and like the way he walks the blue line. Was that what you were just talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just insane, man. Like ice in his veins.
Yeah.
Just coming across and like nobody's touching him even on the blue line.
Nobody's touching him. They try to get close to him. He just spins away from them and goes the other way. And then next thing you know, he's so fast. He's just gotten a couple steps on them.
Yeah. And he was on pace to play 30 minutes that night until they took a massive lead.
Yeah. He was in the first period. He was almost at half the first period.
Yeah. He was over half in the first period.
Oh, yeah. And then they started getting more of a lead. So they started playing him less. Because they were depleted on D that night. And then, but he didn't even look tired.
Yeah.
And so the value now of having a guy like that on the back end is you look at all these teams now, they have a guy. Like, even when Tampa went on that spread, Hedman was their guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hedman was unbelievable back then. And Morgan Riley's not that guy. Spade to spade, you got to say it now. He maybe was that guy at one point when he was younger, but he's just not that guy anymore. And so
No, he's not.
We need that guy. Every team that wins the Stanley Cup has one.
Yeah, I honestly, like when I look at a Stanley Cup team, I'm looking at a number one D, a number one forward, and a number one goalie.
Yeah.
And then like you look at Tampa, who had Kucherov, Hedman, and Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
Or like even look at who won it last. I guess even Florida. You have Barkov. I guess they didn't really have a number one D.
Oh, dude, but they have so many good D.
Yeah.
Like
last year, Jones.
They had Montour.
Yeah.
And then they have Ekblad. And then they have Seth Jones.
Yeah.
Like, all these guys 8 minutes,
Bobrovsky.
and they're 1Ds on any other team.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They're not like the most elite 1D in the league, but they're 1Ds on most teams.
And you have 3 of them?
And you have 3 of them.
Yeah, true. They all 8 minutes. True. But yeah, like I think that's what you need. Like you need one up front, a star up front, a star on D, and a star in net.
Yeah.
That's how you build your core. That's how you build your team. And that's what I think the problem with the Leafs was the whole time. They built their core up front, and that was it.
Yeah, they had star forwards and no D, and then we didn't even have a goalie for the longest time. They had Frederik Andersen, but he wasn't that clutch in the playoffs for us, and he was injured all the time. And then I think right now is the closest we've ever had to having a starting goalie in Wall, and we've had it in Stolarz last year. But I think those guys need to be both healthy in order to play the proper amount of games that they need to play well. Because when those guys get overworked, they get injured or they don't play well. And so
they need at least both 35 games, I'd say.
So I think with both of them healthy, we have a good goalie situation like that you mentioned that you need to win.
Yeah.
So we have that. And we have them locked down pretty good deals, I would say. And we have our Matthews and we have Tavares. It's enough out front talent. I don't think
Tavares has not looked good lately.
Yeah, but we have Willie.
Yeah.
And so you have enough power up front. We need one piece as a superstar or like just a very, very good 1D.
Who can eat like 30 minutes a night.
Eat 30 minutes a night. I can't remember
when we did that last. We had a guy like that.
Yeah. Morgan Riley maybe when he was younger. Luke Shen maybe when he was younger. They did that to him, but we haven't had a guy like that in a very, very long time.
No. Even like I can't even say his name. Rowensky would be nice to have. Oh, he's so friggin' good, man.
Oh, Zach Werenski. Yeah. Oh my god. That guy's so good right now. That's the thing too. You look at some of these, even you look at the Wild second D. Faber is unbelievable. Like even give me one of them.
Quinn Hughes,
and he's with like, are you kidding me? Faber is just so good. It reminds me of Werenski just because he's so solid back there.
Yeah. Even look at the Wild. They got Kaprizov up front. Now they have Hughes and Faber on the back end, and they have Wallstead and Gustafsson in net, who are both going to the Olympics, both goalies.
Yeah, that goalie, he played well against the Leafs.
Yeah, it was Gustafsson. I think it was
Gustafsson was in net, and he played freaking well against the Leafs. Robbed us a couple times, and that could have changed the outcome of the game at that point.
True. With Stolarz and Wall and net, and they are tandem, and with Hildeby coming up, do you look at trading Hildeby as well? Would you send him out for something? Or would you more likely trade Stolarz or Wall?
I just don't think Hildeby's value right now is very good.
No?
No, because he had some good games, but then it tanked off.
Still, I feel like people would be looking at him around the league being like, this could be a number one goalie.
Yeah, but, are you giving him up too early before he's found his thing, or...
Fair enough. So do you trade Stolarz or Wall?
I don't know. You pick one, but I feel like if you get rid of one, you're going to eat it. because that's how we've always been with goalies. We trade one and the other one. So I think we're going to eat it. So I'd rather not trade Stolars or Wall. I like both of them together, to be honest. I think both of them bring different components to the net, and I think Kildeby is the spare parts that I would get rid of if I did.
Yeah. But even, I still feel like we need to keep him just because of how injury prone our goalies are.
That's what I mean. Like, you almost need 3 at this point, which is crazy. And you shouldn't have 3 goalies that you need for a season now. But the way the NHL is going, it almost seems that way. There's a lot of goalie problems. Like, you look at Vegas, they've struggled over the years with goalie, and they have goalie issues this year. And they're running like 3. And so,
I think at least they've had 3 in that. Probably more than that.
Even Colorado was running 3 at some point.
Yeah, because even the Leafs, the first game, played against a third string goalie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you almost need to have 3 now, which is wild.
Yeah, so actually, I do have a question, another trade for you. So Carlo, would you trade him back to Boston for Minton and a first?
Yes.
For our first?
I would, actually.
Imagine that would be the funniest trade.
That would be hilarious. And I would love it. Because I really do like that kid.
And we just, like, eat half the salary?
Take it back. A reverse trade. We have a reverse trade. And, like, literally the same trade coming back.
I think Leafs fans would actually love it.
That would be... I would be happy about that.
Oh, yeah. So that's the depressing future of the Leafs right now. They have a uphill battle in these last 30 games. And honestly, it would be nice to see some, what's the word I'm looking for? Adversity from them, because they never been through adversity basically through the whole Austin Matthews era, where they had to dig deep and get through something. They never did it in playoffs. They never did. They didn't have to in the regular seasons. They just made the playoffs. So if they make the playoffs here and they come in with a hot streak like this, I think they have a chance. They have a better chance than any other year they would have had.
I think this team, the way it's built, is better than any team they would have for playoffs, for sure. Just because the weight and the heaviness. You need guys like Joshua to come back, bigger bodies to be harder to play against. But I agree with you. And I think if they do get through, and we've mentioned this before, if they do get through the adversity of this year and make a wild card spot, I think that's a very, very dangerous team as far as the weapons that you could surprise people with Willie and Matthews and those guys when they get playing on their A game. And then mixed with the heavy bodies that we have and the guys that are willing to hopefully go to those tough places during the playoffs, and they're hard to move from those places. Yeah.
I do think they should bring up younger players to play, though. That's why you trade off people. Oh, even Yarncroke. Like, trading off someone like Yarncroke or McMahon's a little older, and bringing someone like Jacob Quillen, to play.
Dude, when I saw... Was it Yarncroke in our game?
I think so.
He played bad. And I'm pretty over the whole Yarncroke experiment at this point, and I'd like to see him go.
Yes, so would I. I feel like third round pick. He's a good PKer, plays fourth line. I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I think you're gonna get a 4th or 5th for him. But
yeah,
at this
not
point,
much.
It's like
it would be nice to get something like, or even like a young prospect. I doubt you're getting that either.
But even just to clear some cap space with him.
Yeah. But that's another thing. Tanev hasn't. So there's something you can go on, like long-term LTIR, where you're out for the rest of the season, and you get the full cap hit from Tanev if he is out for the rest of the season, and he can't play in the playoffs either. But he hasn't done that yet because he hasn't decided if he wanted surgery or not yet, because he might be able to come back if he doesn't get surgery this season. But we could get someone else at the trade deadline if we needed them. Like, it's a really sticky situation, because we can either get his full cap hit or we'd get just like $1 million under that. So it'd be 3.5, I think, is the average amount you get if he's just on regular LTIR. But he wouldn't be back till playoffs anyways, and then you'd have to do some cap gymnastics to get the team under the cap for the playoffs. So I don't know what they're doing there with Tanev, is basically what I'm trying to say.
It's incredible that what luck we have that we bring in a Jake Muzzin 2.0. Like, we got Jake Muzzin. I was so pumped. Love that guy. He played so well for us. Exactly the type of defenseman we need. And was a beast in the playoffs. And then gets injured, can never play hockey again.
Yeah.
And then we bring in Chris Tanev. Guy was probably our best defenseman in the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was so freaking good. And gets this weird injury that we don't even know what it is.
It's a groin injury. We know that.
Oh, it is groin?
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with his neck or head.
No. It sounds, honestly, to me, it sounds like a sports hernia in the groin. Yarn Croak had the same thing last year, and usually you have to get a surgery to fix it. So I don't know why they haven't done that yet. But maybe, I guess sometimes you can work through it. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just frustrating because we needed him this year, and we haven't had him, and that's a huge loss.
Oh, and also trade Philip Myers. If there's anyone I don't like, I usually love all the Leafs. Is there any Leaf I don't like? It's Philip Myers right now.
But isn't Rafai there? Like, why aren't
he's called? I'm pretty sure he's called up.
Dude, he's there. Why aren't they just sub him in for one game? Like, what's it gonna hurt at this point?
I know, and they also called up Thrun. Like, throw him in there. Throw in anyone else. Literally anyone else.
You wonder if, they're just kind of playing their safe way right now.
That's what the Leafs do, and it always bites them in the ass. Playing it safe always bites the Leafs in the ass.
And then they're like, okay, after the Olympic break, they'll know where they stand, and then they'll probably start giving these other guys chances because we've already lost our playoff spot by then.
And hopefully they trade everyone then too. Or who they can anyways.
That's a good list right there of like names to trade.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yarncroke, Robertson, McMahon.
You want to keep Lawton. I do love Lawton.
Keep Lawton. Guy's too good in the locker room. And
do you trade Domi?
Yeah, you can't. I don't think.
Why not?
Well, it's just like, for some reason too, in my head, it's like Domi, Leafs, like he's gonna play his hardest on the Leafs.
Fair enough. His dad gets to come watch the game. I get it, but you can't lead with your heart, Jack.
I know.
You gotta lead with your brain.
But he's like not afraid to like go in there and like stick up for our players and stuff. So I want a guy like that.
Yeah, true. Lawton will do that too.
And so I want guys that will go in and stick up for their players, like Joshua was doing.
I feel like I would say Josh. I feel would do it.
We need guys like that. More guys like that. Like if you have a team of guys that will go in and like for each other, that's what you want. Like I could have a losing team, but if they are sticking up for each other, I'm gonna still love them.
Yeah, at least they're likable, right?
They're likable, and they stick up for each other in their team, and that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Like, winning's nice, but I just want guys that, feel like a family.
I like that. There was a trade rumor going around last year. Marner to Vegas, Carolina gives us Rantanen. There's a 3-way deal going on. Mm-hmm. That got nixed by Marner, and then another deal that popped up was Nyes going the other way for Rantanen. Would you do that deal?
Nice for Rantanen?
Yeah.
No.
Probably nice plus.
No, because I like Nyes as our future.
You think so? Because Rantanen would be like 100-point guy.
I know, but I still feel like Nyes could be a 100-point guy soon. The guy's so talented, and he's a big boy. And you need that kind of guy, like a power forward type of guy like that. Yeah.
And that's someone else who's playing through injury right now, too. And that's why he's not looked good.
Yeah.
And I think the rest will do him wonders.
Yeah.
And I will bet money on this. That he will come out on a tear after the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
After being fully healed.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be able to heal in 2 weeks? Whatever he's dealing with?
It's 3 weeks for the Olympics.
Okay.
And this one, they said all it needs to heal is rest. And that's why he's not been able to rest. He's been playing instead.
This season's been brutal for the guys because they've been trying to fit in all these games with the Olympic schedule, and it just doesn't work.
I know. And the league's actually looking at this in 2 years when they have the World Cup. And like, it's the most obvious answer: start earlier.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, why would you don't want to end in late June anyways, or in mid-June?
Nobody wants to watch hockey in June.
No.
Like, finish it up in May.
And like, start in September. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. That's when, I don't know.
We haven't even got to the games yet, so we'll start with the peak of the Leafs season so far this year. They have a 4-3 win in Colorado 2 weeks ago with probably their top 3 games of the year. The goalie Wall played amazing, 31 of 34 stops. The Leafs broke Colorado's 16-game home winning streak.
Yeah,
which is awesome. It was great. It brought him into a wild card spot. And the stars showed up, the depth showed up. It was the whole team game. Like, yeah, you're going to have some lapses, and that's why the goalie comes in. That's part of the team. He stops the stops for you. You get the goals for him, and you win it. And even the posts, there's so many. Like, it was the most exciting game too. Actually, it was back and forth, man.
It was the best game I've seen them play all year, and they beat the first place team, and they played freaking well. And Willie coming through clutch in overtime. It was good, and everything. I think that's when we were on our high. That was kind of like where it ended. The high and then
they really blew their load in that game.
Yeah, they played like Latvia played against Team Canada and World Juniors. They let it all out, and I knew that against Utah they'd have nothing left.
Oh, I know that game was going to be a flush down the toilet. I knew it,
and I was okay with that. I'm like, I'll give them a pass, but what comes after that is not a pass.
The Vegas game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they lost 6-5 in OT against Vegas. Vegas scores with 7 seconds left to tie the game. The game should have been over there. Another huge referee mistake that boggles my mind. So the Leafs are literally the least called team in the league this year.
Yeah.
They're number 32 against penalties called for. With 2 minutes left, Lawton gets hit by the goalie behind the net. Interferes with him so badly.
Yeah.
No call on the play.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not why the Leafs should have lost. It's just another compounding reason because they were up 3-1, 4-2, 5-3, and led the whole friggin' game.
Yeah, and they should have been up 4-1. Like, McMahon's got to ice that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, in a game like that, you bury them. You bury that. It's 4-1. That's a totally different game from then on out.
Agreed.
As soon as he did that, I'm like, this game's not over. And especially with the Leafs defense and history, and it wasn't. And it just seemed like you knew it was coming, and then finally it happened at the 7-second mark. It almost happened earlier, and then that got reversed. And I was like, okay, maybe there's hope, but then they still blew it.
Like, the Leafs can't get out of their own way. Just a bunch of compounding reasons that night. Yeah. Referee, not finishing, bad defense.
Yeah.
Marner gets booed in his home arena now.
Which is wild.
I couldn't have laughed harder at it, man.
Yeah.
And what gets me is every other fan base pearl clutching about Marner getting booed by Leafs fans.
Dude, they have no clue, and they're like, oh, whatever. Like, if you list all the things that Marner did to our organization, it's like, screw him. Like, he literally tried to fuck us in every single way, every time he could. Every contract negotiation, he fucked us. And then when it comes down to him playing in big games, he had the least amount of points from games 4 to 7.
6
Not even
to be exact.
Yeah.
No goals, 6 assists.
Over all the times he's played here. And, obviously there's always going to be fans that ruin it and say, like, I don't condone the death threats or, like, being stupid or anything like that.
Way
but
too
I'm just
far.
saying, he also did it to himself in the fact that he was reading social media posts. Like, you can't do that in a market like Toronto. You shouldn't even have social media if you're a pro athlete.
No. Or you have like a very specific someone filtering it for you, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, like you can't be reading what fans say because most of the fans like you. And
yeah, like he did a lot. Honestly, he did a lot of good in Toronto too.
he did
Charities,
so much good. That's what I'm
games,
saying.
stuff like
There's
that.
so much good stuff happening, but if you're focusing on the negatives, then you're gonna like get in your own head, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, yeah, I agree. And I don't know. I feel like if I got booed, like I could do the booing. I feel like I could be a good villain. Like in a game, I think I could
I'd be
feed off of that.
laughing.
Man.
I'd be waving to them. I'd
oh.
freaking love it.
Like Marchand style, where like he literally feeds off of it.
Yeah, I'd, like
gets
just
better.
smile and like that's hilarious. And then they're probably not going to do it as much because you're enjoying it.
And like you score a goal, just taunt. Oh, I don't know. I feel like getting booed is an honor almost.
Yeah.
Like if you're good enough to get booed.
That's what you mean something. Like you
Yeah.
literally are
The only person I can think of who got booed because he was an asshole, Matt Cook.
Yeah. Yeah, who was like not irrelevant in the game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Until he murdered and injured someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll actually might as well go to the other Vegas game for now, because Marner gets booed relentlessly in this game, from him stepping on the ice in warm up to him getting on the ice for the first time, and then every time he touched the puck after that. I love seeing it. I think it's an added way for fun in the game. Cheering, booing, like it's part of a fan's experience. Like it's good for the game. It's a way to enjoy it a little more, and like at the expense of someone making $12.5 million, I hope it doesn't affect him too much. But like, come on, it's booing. Like, you need a thicker skin, I think.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he deserves it. I think he's going to get that treatment.
If I was there, I'd be booing him too, man.
Yeah, and he's going to get that the rest of his career. And I said that too when the whole Marner situation was going down. I was like, this guy not understand that every single time he's in Toronto, in his hometown, people are going to boo him. If he's in restaurants with his family, people are going to say, like, you're always going to have drunk idiots or stupid people say something. You did that to yourself. It could have been avoided. And like, there's a lot of money out there that I would pay so that didn't happen. That could have been avoided. And that stuff is like stuff you can't get rid of.
I know. That's obviously why I think he understood that to a degree, or else he wouldn't have went out west. He wouldn't have picked a team out west to play for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then he's only here one time a year, and then the other time they play Toronto, so they only play Toronto two times a year.
But dude, I'd hate that every time I go back to Bob Cage and I get like things said to my family and I or whatever if I'm just out.
That happens to you anyways for me when I see you out. Look at this loser.
You're right.
Jack.
Everybody does it anyway.
Yeah, don't you remember, Jack? We all boo you.
Nobody likes you. Why do you keep coming back here? I'm like, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Good joke. Good joke. Why won't he take us seriously?
Jack, God. But yeah, like again, Leafs played terrible that game against Vegas. I think it was 6-3 that one.
That was a bad game.
And like one game you need to get up for in like why can you do that like you did the Colorado game? That's what I don't understand.
Well, that's what boggles my mind too. Like there's one game that you need to get up for and dig in for and you can't do it. What does that say about the guys we have on our team?
I don't know, man. But the Marner followed suit. He had 0 points in the game. He can't do it under the bright light still. The booing did not help apparently. He wasn't noticeable, I don't think, out there either. So he's still a Leaf at heart, Jack.
Well, like everyone says too, they're like, you might like him now, but wait till the playoffs.
Yeah, well, like everybody told them like, he's going to be a point per game player, 100-point player. Like that's who he is.
That's who he is.
Then so we'll go back to the Winnipeg game just because it was a comeback win. They beat Winnipeg, and actually Matthews ended up getting booed in Winnipeg. which was weird. I didn't
Which
see
is
that coming.
random, but he does eat Winnipeg alive.
True, and I think the whole Line A Matthews thing is still lingering there. It must be.
Must be. That's the only thing other than that, other than he eats them alive in that whole situation.
And his quote was, they ain't booing for no reason.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, man, I like that. I like
that's
that.
awesome.
Sassy Matthews. I like Sassy Matthews.
Yeah, he's good that way. The Toronto media.
Because he had a quote again in Vegas. Mark Masters asked a question about Marner, and he was finally like, you know what? I've had enough questions about Marner. Let's just talk about hockey.
Yeah.
It's like that's what you need for a captain in Toronto, being able to speak your mind, shut people down, and sometimes not really care about what people think. Because he did score he scored a goal in Colorado, and there's a pretty famous photo out there now where he is doing the old gladiator. You're not entertained.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy in the front row giving them the double bird.
I know, I love it. It's a great photo.
And he has a big smile on his face.
Oh, yeah. No,
and it just makes you like, yeah, this is the Matthews I want all the time.
That's what I mean. And like, he's been turned it on ever since we got rid of Mark Savard, so you can't really say too many bad things about him. The whole team's been playing bad in the games that they've been playing bad, so.
Like, if I had a time machine and I can only go back once, I wouldn't stop World War I. I wouldn't stop World War II. I would just get Mark Savard fired sooner. Or there's probably other stuff I could do.
Yeah. And that's obviously a joke, folks.
I hope people know. I hope our 8 people know that's a joke, Jack.
Well, you never know, man, because this could be the episode that pops off and we get thousands of followers, and they're like, "What is that guy saying? He wouldn't stop the assassination of somebody."
He's canceled.
We get canceled. Podcast Don't Stop Believing gets canceled.
Oh,
we don't.
that would be funny.
That would be like the most famous. Like, who?
Why?
Maybe that's what we need to do to get famous. We just need to make like some like really bad take, or like, like be racist or something, and like something really, really bad that makes the news, and then it's like that's how we get our popularity.
Oh, I would not want it that way.
It would be a horrible way to do it. But I'm saying that's like how people get famous now.
That's not a good kind of famous, Jack.
Or it's like sticking up for something.
Okay, so I'll be racist, and then you stick up to me.
Yeah.
We'll both get famous.
No, I'm good with our 8.
Wow. Yeah. So ever since Winnipeg had the famous quote, it's nothing better than beating Toronto. And that's 9 games ago, Toronto went 8-1 against them.
Yeah, we've owned them ever since then.
So if you think you can beat Toronto, like they get up for the Winnipeg games.
They really didn't like them saying that.
Yeah, but honestly, OEL took over that game. He had 3 points in the final 3 goals for the comeback. He had a goal and 2 apples, and there were beautiful passes and assists and nice plays. And he is actually my player of the last 2 weeks. He's been driving this defense. He kind of eats minutes. He's kind of had to be our number 1 D, even though he's older and he can't really do it anymore. He has 6 points in those 8 games. And I don't know, he can be a dick out there. He plays the way I would like a top 4 D to play.
Imagine if we actually had our D depth and that guy was our 5th and 6th defenseman playing that way. And that's the way it should be. And we just haven't had the luxury. Poor OEL's been having to turn back the clock and be like... Yeah. But, yeah.
So well, he made the Swedish Olympic team.
I know. Isn't that wild?
I know. So we have actually quite a few Olympians on our team.
We do, yeah.
But not David Camp anymore.
Unfortunately.
So who is your player of the week, Jack? If you even or last 2 weeks, if you even have one.
You know what? He hasn't got it like really yet this year, and he's my boy, Austin Matthews. I'm giving.
I wish I had the stats on him because at one point he had 10 goals in 11 games.
Yeah, he's been playing out of his mind since Mark Savard left. So Yeah, my boy Austin, he's been stepping up and playing more like his old self and getting a lot of looks, hitting a lot of posts. If those posts went in, he'd have even more goals. And so, yeah, giving it to my boy Pappy.
I feel like he's entering his like I don't give a shit era, villain era.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
all of us.
It's good. Yeah.
And I want to like this team. They're still not the most likable team, but stuff like that's gonna make me like them a lot more.
Yeah.
I'll finish with my goal of the week. It's going to be Nylander's OT winner against Colorado because it was another one of his look-off shots where like he's so deceptive shooting. So it was on a 2-on-1. They're coming down. I don't know who fed it to him. I want to say it was Matthews. Yeah, it was assisted by Matthews and OEL. So Matthews gave him the pass, and you never know where this guy's going to shoot, and that's what I love about him. Like, not the hardest shot. He's very accurate, though, and he's really good at misdirection. Sneaks at 5-hole, and that was just the epitome of the season so far. It was the peak. It's when everything was going right for us, and that's just when I felt the greatest. So that's going to be my goal of the last 2 weeks.
Nice. I'll give my goal of the week to Domi, where Austin Matthews again passes it over in overtime and puts that in there.
Against Winnipeg.
Yeah.
It was a very good picture. Like the photo they had afterwards of capturing that goal. It's like beautiful, picturesque. The way the goalie's coming across. Yeah. Man, what a good, like, just looked like a beautiful goal.
But also, like, Matthews sold the shit out of that shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought it was very good. And, like, created an angle because the defenseman was actually playing that really well. He wasn't giving the pass. And then Matthews had to really create a seam for that pass.
I really thought that the defenseman played that a little terribly because he went at Matthews.
Yeah, but they were also very close together, him and Domi.
Yeah.
So he kind of was like in the middle, and he had his stick and everything. Like, he didn't give a lane. And so Matthews had to create a lane by like selling the shot and manipulating the guy's stick. I thought, yeah.
It was a great play.
Because like Matthews was so middle that he had to go to Matthews.
Oh, I see what you mean, because he had such a clear shot.
He had such a clear shot. It was basically him shooting from the middle of the ice. So he had to play over to Matthews, and Matthews did that and sold it really well. So, but yeah, that's mine. And that was
the last win the Leafs had was against Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's been a sad, sad time since then.
Yes, and tomorrow I think they're playing Buffalo, and it's a really important game.
Yeah.
Because this is probably... I think I've been saying this like every
podcast.
Game that comes up. This is the probably most important game of the season.
Because they are. Every single one of these determines whether they're going to be buyers or sellers. And division rivals and things like that. So, yeah.
So I'll give you the next 5 games. Tell me what you... Actually, not too bad. So the next 3 are Buffalo on Tuesday, Seattle on Thursday, and Vancouver on Saturday.
It's not bad.
Those are doable games.
Yeah.
And then the 2 after that, give me a second. Sorry, that was the end of the schedule for January.
Yeah. Are you not talking about Nylander flipping the bird to the camera?
Oh, I missed that altogether, man. I'm sorry.
Dude, so even when we're not even playing, we're still getting player safety after us.
To be fair, I think there actually was a precedent of that. Of someone else. Yeah.
What a dumb thing to do. Jesus.
You know what? This team should just get everyone to hate them completely. Just all complete villains.
Just be complete villains. I like that. I like that a lot. Be like absolute heels of the NHL.
Because like everybody already hates them already.
Yeah, just lean into it. And so I guess Willie started that. But yeah, it was crazy. I was just sitting on the couch watching the game, and then all of a sudden Mom's like, Nylander just flipped us off. I'm like, what?
She saw it?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, he didn't. And she's like, he must have been like looking at somebody else. And no, he was looking dead at the camera.
That is so friggin' funny.
Yeah. But I also love how like everyone's just blowing it out of proportion. Like, absolutely.
That's the worst thing that's ever happened in hockey ever. Not these elbows hits to the head that don't get games or anything like that. No, him flipping the bird in the crowd.
these guys will never win the cup with people like this on their team.
Like, there was literally a guy flipping the double bird to Matthews who scored a goal.
Yeah.
Nothing said about that guy.
No.
So the last 2 games after that, the Leafs are playing Calgary and then Edmonton. So those are the 5 games.
Dude, it's a pretty good schedule. Edmonton.
Those are pretty
being
doable games.
Yeah.
That's a West Coast swing, though, as well, to finish off. So I meant to talk about Nylander. So he got hurt in the Vegas game. He had 2 points in the first 2 minutes of his playing before he got injured. And
Dude,
he was on one that
He
night.
was on one that game, for Christ's sake.
So I think having him, that game alone, I think would have changed the whole game.
And the overtime games that we've had after that.
Yeah.
Like,
Detroit.
yeah, that's what I
Vegas
mean. Like,
one.
we miss him. Like, he's literally our guy.
Yeah. So he's a big, he's a big reason why I think some of these games were lost.
Yes.
He can change a game himself. If he's
Absolutely.
on one.
Like, he was in the Vegas game. He was on one. That was going to be maybe the best Nylander game
Like, he comes up in big games, and I think he wanted to destroy Marner.
He wanted that one. He had that one.
And he hurt himself on a goal celebration, which is, like, it's not like he was hot dogging or anything, but, like, he caught an edge and tweaked his groin.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the Leafs this year, man.
So frustrating.
So, yeah, so if you think they can beat Buffalo, Seattle, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton, or at least go 4-1, I don't know where they go from there.
They go 3-2, I think. Yeah, I think we're still in sell mode.
Yeah, I agree. So it's got to be a high. It's be 5-0 or 4-1.
Yes.
Or 4-0-1. I'll give him an overtime loss there.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about the Leafs. They have been going to a lot, like all these games. At least they're going to overtime. With a lot of these teams,
they have like the highest overtime losses in. They have the most overtime losses in the East.
Yeah, but at least they're picking up points.
I know, but if they won even half of those,
I know we'd be way up there.
I know. Yeah. Oh, Jack, do you have anything else you want to talk about, or did you get all your shit out tonight?
Got all my shit out.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you lasted this long, thank you for listening to me and Jack ramble on about how depressed we are about the Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
But for this week ahead, and as we're all hoping that they're going to go 5-0, I want you to play hard and have fun.
Play hard, have fun.
Kill.